These are all my thoughts and opinions based on public information out. Sorry about the wind. I'm at the ocean. Some crazy person fishing over there. Do you love it here, guys? I think I do. So for people who say Nicaragua is ugly, here you go. It's not. It's very beautiful. These are our beaches. You see people surfing over there. I don't know if you can watch them surfing.
We need more men like that. Just as we need more men like my father, who championed my 11-year-old self to stand up for what is right.
These are all my thoughts and opinions based on information out in the public domain. Okay, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I have to say it, otherwise we might get canceled. Don't forget that I am on Rumble, so go check. I'll leave the link in the description as well. And for all of those of you who have sent donations, very appreciated. In the introduction of this video, you saw Meghan Markle stating that the world needed more men like her father. What happened? According to her, at the United Nations, in a very, very public stage, she indicates that the reason why she's the way she is, excuse me, being a feminist and everything and having a voice and empowered, is due to her father. The very same father who she now has tried to trash through third parties, completely ignores his existence, because she went on Oprah and said, unfortunately, I think she said something along the lines that her father was no longer around or something like that, which leads people to believe that he's dead. I can guarantee you that Mr. Markle is very much alive. But it's amazing how much in a world stage, which is the UN, you're basically talking to the world. She's saying that the world needs more people like him, and yet she didn't have the decency to introduce him to Harry, and she only used her white father when it suited her. And now she's using her black mother, who, by the way, I believe she's playing along because she's getting the dough as well. Now, I am going to make a couple of comparisons here. I am very much an equal rights person, but I believe, I'm not a crazy feminist, but I do believe, because I believe that men and women are different biologically and in any other possible way. And that's for a reason. I believe in God. God created us differently for some reasons. I am completely opposed to that man pretending to be a woman, claiming to be a woman. And yes, I'm going to say pretending, because it's still, in every sense that counts, amen, not amen as in God. This person may call herself a woman as a label, but biologically, fully still a man, just taking estrogen in order to compete in a women's sport, in a biological women's sport. Okay, there may be many labels that they want to call themselves, intragender, I can't even keep up with that. But there's only two genders, even in animals. Okay, that's my belief, and it's not my belief; it's science. So I believe that this woman is pretending, this swimmer is, I hope I say the correct word, usurping something that is not right. If the transgender want to participate, or they feel that they should have been born in a woman's body, but they're not, sorry about the noise, then they should create a special Olympics or special sports just for transgender people, so they can compete at the same level. Because biologically, men have more physical advantages than women, no matter how much estrogen they take. It's taken so many years, hundreds of years, and still nowadays, women, we're still struggling with pay gap and everything, and there are many parts of the world that women are not allowed to drive nor vote. So now we have this man who claims to be a woman, while refusing to remove any anything that makes him a man from his body in order to compete in a women's sport, and has no shame and trashes women for complaining about it. So now we are even trashed for saying that we are women. We can't even say women give birth because it's offensive to men who want to be women. Does that make any sense to you? The reason why I'm making this comparison is because Meghan Markle now is pretending to be a victim when this woman was raised with privilege, never faced racism by everybody who was around her and intimately knew her. So the only one who's now claiming racism is her. But she's not even saying who it is. She is a woman, just like this swimmer, creating division, hatred. Martin Luther King, and I hope I'm saying it correctly, please, Martin Luther King fought and died for inclusivity, for a world where everybody was the same, where no matter what race you were, we were all equals. And yet nowadays we have people like Meghan Markle, Jussie Smollet, and Oprah Winfrey, bringing back that racial hatred, those racial divisions. We have come so far. Listen, I am Hispanic. You all know that there's, for some reason, and I've said this before, some black people think that they have cornered the market on racism. That's not true. Asians suffer a lot of racism. Hindus, there's racism everywhere, but I know that that's not the case with most people. Most people are decent and they're colorblind. Now, Jussie Smollett and Meghan Markle are now using their race card to create division, not to bring unity. Now she wants to talk about labels. The only people labeling women are other women like her. This is my opinion. She was trying to label her sister as white trash, as an uneducated, loose woman with no morals, who doesn't have an education, who has many children by different fathers, who is trying to cash in on now being associated to a famous sister. So basically Meghan Markle was trying to create a label, a very bad label, that any woman who does not have an education, who has children by different partners, or whatever, is less than. Instead of saying, hey, look at my sister. My sister, in spite of being disabled, she's a very able woman who has 2 master's degrees, who has done so much in her life. Why is she trashing her sister for having multiple children or different children from different fathers? Men, I know a lot of men who have so many children with different women. You don't hear people trashing them. Yet Meghan Markle was trying to trash her own sister, create a bad label for her. So it is amazing that she is the one who's creating labels, and to her loved ones. By the way, and I repeat this for all the black people who keep sending me stuff, she doesn't like you. She's even said publicly that she was too light-skinned, that she can't relate to the culture, that the one who suffered the racism was her mother, not her. She has never suffered racism. She even tried to usurp Latino roles, which is upsetting, because to think that a skank like that think that she could pass for Latino. Oof. Wow. So this is a woman who's doing labels. So it's very amusing how, for example, Jussie Smollett being an activist for unity and racial justice, while creating a fake crime in a very, very volatile time in the United States, where that fake crime could have created even more violence and even gotten people killed and even affected the police. And yet this man is out, and yet he doesn't admit to that. And then we have Meghan Markle misusing the race card, slandering, labeling women, because she's the one with the biggest labeler out there. Now, I read an article that it says that Spotify is allowing Meghan to disprove or the misinformation about COVID in Archwell. First of all, I'm confused about that, because Spotify are desperate not to lose them. Why? Nope. I mean, I mean, people wanted to listen to Wales more than they wanted to listen to her and Harry, and even with the kid, you know. So I can see the desperation with Joe Rogan. And my main question is the following. Why would Meghan Markle need permission from Spotify to put anything on her own website? Can somebody answer that? Because the article reads that Spotify is allowing Meghan to use Archwell to counteract the COVID misinformation. You know what would have been great? To see Meghan Markle and Harry putting the vaccine. Nobody has seen them get the vaccine. Nobody has. Another thing that people say, oh, she's using her name high. She's talking like that woman who committed so much fraud with the pharmaceutical thing. Hi, this is Meghan. The reason, and people say that she's using her name. No, she's not using her name. Spotify is announcing her as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. The reason why she only uses her first name is because she wants to be like Madonna, Diana, Princess Diana, Cher, Adele. She wants to get to those levels, and I mean, no. So, and this is the problem with people like her who are completely delusional. I was wondering, why would Spotify don't they own Archwell website? They're very controlling. So I was comparing this swimmer to Meghan Markle because they both are pretending to be something they're not. And they are, for example, in the case of the swimmer, it's incredible because it's setting women back. It is really setting women back. To have a man's right. I may feel like a woman. There's so many labels is different than gender. And they should create something special for that. Meghan Markle talking about women with being labeled, when she's the one that creates those labels, fosters division, lies. I mean, Meghan Markle is the typical stereotype of why we women are looked upon as crazy. If you want to describe somebody as crazy, and you say, oh, well, this woman, it's Meghan Markle, and she chose that stereotype. She chose to be that way. She chose to exploit herself to get minor roles instead of using a degree from a very prestigious university to create a career like other women the hard way. But no, she wanted to do it because she didn't do it for sorry guys, that was my mom who's hungry, wants me to take her out to eat, and which I will now. So we have Meghan Markle talking about labels. She's a bully. There is a bullying investigation, and Samantha has a lawsuit. And the lawsuit will stand because Samantha, you know why Samantha didn't do the lawsuit before? Because she didn't have any proof. She kind of knew, but she didn't know until Jason Kanoff posted those emails. And Meghan Markle tried to portray her own disabled sister in the worst possible light, trying to label her as some sort of white, ignorant trash, basically saying, oh, she's an uneducated woman, so she's less than. So this means that in Meghan Markle's head, any woman who can't have an education or who doesn't have an education is less than. That applies to a lot of women in third world countries. I can tell you at the little school that you guys know about, these women, 13, 14 years old, don't have the luxury of having a father. They're very poor. You know that Sizzler, $4.99 Sizzler salad? These girls, I don't think, have seen $5 in their lives. By the way, those were lies. And they are women. They work their asses off. Just because they don't have an education, because they don't have that privilege, it doesn't mean that they're less than, like Meghan tried to imply in that email to Jason Kanoff, that her sister was less than because she hadn't finished high school. How many black women have different children from different men? In her mind, by her writing that, and put that she has different children from different men, does that mean that in her mind, in her sick mind, she thinks that those women are less than, are trash, are hoes, basically, for that? This is a woman who is a liar, a slanderer. She exploits herself every way she can. She's misusing a platform. And she's not using her name because Spotify is announcing her as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. not as Meghan Markle. And what is this with the former Meghan Markle? Nobody says the former Kate Middleton. Rachel Meghan Markle is her name. That's what her name will always be. It isn't the birth certificate. I mean, we don't even know that because we haven't seen a real birth certificate from the girl that the baby that she's supposed to have been given birth to in LA. Nobody's seen it. But it would be Rachel Meghan Markle. That will always be her name. She's a woman who is a labeler, who is a liar, who is a slanderer, who's a fraud, and who went on a national place to praise her own father, whom she now disowned because, and this is just my opinion, he can call out all her lies. She put a narrative in order to be portrayed as a victim when it suited her. And now she's going around with her mother as a talisman, you know. Oh, here's my black mom, my half black mom, you know, or quarter, whatever. Why do you think she had her mom on stage? Because she needed to show that she's black. There's so much white up there, you know. Harry being the ginger. And she didn't even pay attention to that trophy. I mean, she couldn't get rid of that trophy. She wanted to get to the podium and blah, 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 and just spill trash out of her mouth. So you tell me if Meghan Markle is not the biggest labeler there is. You know, I am hoping that we YouTubers, we're going to find out when Meghan Markle is going to do her podcast. And I'm trying to arrange that all of us YouTubers do a video live at the same time and have a very nice surprise guest. Let's hope we can do that and see who watches more. Because Meghan Markle and Spotify hasn't given her the $25 million. I don't know why people keep saying that. They haven't. And the only reason why she's not doing anything is because her father's out there. I hope Mr. Markle can do his own channel because we want to hear what he has to say. He doesn't need paps to give him any value. But those are just my thoughts and opinions. So do you think Meghan Markle is going to be a success? Do you think that she deserves to talk about women's? I mean, she's the biggest cliche. And the biggest, you know, when people say, you know, this is why women are crazy, they point at Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle fits the bill to a T. And she's misusing a platform because the platform that she got, any platform that she has acquired, has been because of a man she married, not something that she achieved in spite of having every opportunity given. She's portraying herself as a victim just when she's not. She's had the most, you know, privileged background ever from infancy till, you know, finishing university. But her quest to be famous and popular is what eats her because she's a narcissist. What do you guys think? Please leave me your comments. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Okay, guys? Thank you. And don't forget to follow me on Rumble. And thank you again for the donations you guys keep giving. They're very much appreciated.